everybody.
Hello.
How are you? I tell you what, I'm probably up there with a small percentage in the world that actually gets excited about what today is. And today...
How are you spending your Sunday?
How are you spending your Sunday? Today is World Microbiome Day. Do not switch
Who'd have
off.
thought it?
Who'd have thought it? Do not switch off. Okay, do not switch off. You really do need to be listening to this, because if there's anything that I was put on the planet to do, and that was to plant seeds with people. No, seriously. Okay, so please don't switch off and just listen, because this really taps into where my mission, and my purpose in life. And I certainly am on it.
You are.
Absolutely. So today is World Microbiome Day, and in the true sense of celebrating Microbiome Day that was created a couple of years ago, it really is about the microbiome of the world. But what us kind of, gut health nerds have done as kind of
You're an expert.
a 35-year expert. What we've actually done is we've claimed it, because the microbiome is so important. Gut health is so important that it's got to be talked about even on a Sunday, even when you have to drag your partner in on the live and say, right, you're coming on the live with me because you are going to be
rugby.
you are going to be my translator. So I don't want to get too nerdy, but seriously, guys, this day today is about just having a quick think about the importance of your gut. All right, and I'm just going to read some facts. This will bore Ian.
No. Just before you get bored. Just to put this in context, Ish was passionate and knowledgeable and sharing her expertise and studying and becoming the expert on gut health years ago.
Probably before most of you were born that were watching this.
It was probably at a time when it certainly wasn't fashionable. It wasn't topical.
It wasn't.
If you talked about gut health and the importance, I think people chased you with sticks.
Yeah, they did.
Whereas now, there's a World Microbiome Day.
It's phenomenal.
In all seriousness, it just kind of validates all the things that you've been passionate about all those years.
Absolutely.
So listen, she knows what she's talking about.
25 years ago, there was maybe one paper, one study that came through a month, on the gut and linking it to certain things, linking it to mental health or asthma or autoimmune issues or, depression or all of those things. It was just incredible back then, and it was a fascinating topic, because in my circle, what we were told was that all disease stems from the gut. And, here I am 30 years on, all disease stems from the gut. We never say fact in science, but it is so close to the truth. Now we've got so many leading experts around the world saying that, that the gut is the key to good health. It really is. But look, I just what I wanted to bring you on, and I dragged him into
to translate.
I just want to share some things. And now these are just little fun facts, but, it's so important. We're living in a world where we are bombarded with viruses, pathogens, things that are trying to attack us all the time. And, I'm not going to mention, the C word or anything that's going on around the world at the moment. But if you are serious about prevention and getting, your immune system strong, you've got to think about your gut, because look, most studies, and I've taken an average, 70% of our immunity is in our gut. Okay, it acts like it's a guard for us. So we always need to think about, right, what are the things I need to do to protect my gut when it comes to immunity? So it is the first line of defense against viruses and pathogens and all of the things that try and attack us humans on a daily basis. So weak immune system, think gut, okay? The other thing, 90% of our serotonin, our happy drug, the thing that,
makes you like this.
Makes me like this. In general, I'm a happy person. We're all like this, but we want to all be like this. We don't want to be like this. Maybe I need to go that way. It's reversed. Or that. Look, I'm not sure you even want to be just like this. You want the days where you actually feel really vibrant and bright. Then you want those self-reflection days. But I tell you, if you're struggling with your mental well-being, you've got to address your gut. I can't tell you thousands upon thousands in a clinical setting that we have helped with their mental well-being because they've started to address some real basic things with their gut. So just remember, the key to happiness, right, isn't in your brain the way you think. I'm I'm sure I'm going to get some people saying, no, Naish, the key to happiness is all in your brain. The key to happiness is all in your gut.
What about beer and motorcycles?
Right, now I was reading a study the other day on beer, how it can actually enhance with the fermentation process. But I'm not encouraging you to drink beer, and I'm not encouraging you to get on motorbikes. They can be a bit dangerous. But anyway, old guys like this, they can get on. Anyway, so let's keep going here. There are more microorganisms in your body than DNA. Now, this is where the translator's going to come in here. Okay, so you think about that. If there are more microbes than there are our own genetic DNA, what does that mean? So a lot of people think in saying, what does that mean? No, seriously, what does that mean? Most of us think if we've got diabetes, heart disease, these types of diseases in our families, that maybe we're on that course. That's our genetic path. That's in our DNA. Well, what about this? If you can start to alter your microbiome, if you can start to alter the microbes in your body, right, and all around your body, maybe you can actually get on a health path and not on a disease path, okay? So your DNA doesn't dictate the health journey that you're on or the disease journey that you're on at all. Okay, what dictates it is epigenetics, and I'm not going to bore you here, but that is another subject. If you're ever interested, I'd love to. Epigenetics means that just because genetically you're destined for that a certain path, ill health path, it means that modifying your lifestyle, treating your gut, just doing some basic things with your diet, with your gut, with getting out, getting more vitamin D, with movement every day. Epigenetics tells us that you can get off that path really quickly.
So that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting old.
It's crap.
Therefore I feel terrible.
It's crap.
So it doesn't have to be that way.
It does not have to be that way.
It
It doesn't have to be that way. You've got a very strong story when it comes to your health, but it does not have to be that way. Yeah. So getting back to the gut, why it's so important that we're planting a seed of gut health today is it will help your path in life. It will help your health path in life. Hey, did you know that the gut can survive without your brain? So say you have No, I was thinking a lobotomy, but no, that's only part transplant, brain transplant. Maybe you had a brain transplant, and I don't think there's really any successful brain transplants that's ever happened. But I was reading the other day a study in 2019 that was talking about the possibility that soon we'll have brain transplant. Anyway, that was a bit of nighttime reading. I really enjoy my nighttime reading. Anyway, but the gut, right, can function without the brain, which is really interesting. And the other thing, I've told you about the gut-brain connection, which is absolutely vital. And it's all to do with the vagus nerve, okay? And that's not like in Las Vegas. That's in vagus nerve. And there's a nerve that goes between...
Yeah, no, we won't go there. That's a private joke.
There's a system, a communication system that lies between the gut and the brain, and it just communicates on a daily basis. You start mucking around with those signals in the vagus nerve, right? That's when we start to have problems with our stress, with mental well-being. We have problems with our gut in terms of IBS. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. We have problems with, more serious gut health problems. So really important that we know that the gut, there is a relationship between the gut, the brain, the gut and the lungs. There's a gut-lung axis. People that suffer with asthma, okay, you've got to get the gut right. There is the whole autoimmune debate, the bulk of it all stems from the gut. So autoimmune conditions stem from the gut. So as you can see, the gut acts like a ringmaster. And for those of you in our LTLA group, you all know, it's like a ringmaster. It's in the middle, it's whipping, everything into place, okay? And it's linked to everything. So World Microbiome Day gives us an excuse to talk everything gut, okay? So just a couple of other little things that a lot of people don't really realise. If your gut was laid out flat, which I don't think they've done this, but if the gut was laid out flat, it would cover a whole entire tennis court. Now that's pretty scary, Okay, when you think of the impact on the body, and you lay it out, you think about how big that is, right? And yet nobody really thinks about it. Everybody puts up with the symptoms of it. You put up with the bloating and the farting and the,
the indigestion, and the
reflux. Come on, the list goes
on.
But
people don't understand the science behind it. They just know, I eat something, this was me, I eat something, 20 minutes later, to the second, I'll get not discomfort, like a pain in your chest. It's to the point you kind of think, well, I'm not sure I want to eat because it's going to be so bad. And then you go through the traditional path of take another tablet, and it's only when you actually, and I still don't understand how it works, to be perfectly honest, but I know it does work just by undoing all the damage that you do over the years. It goes away.
Absolutely. It's just simple things. And this is why today is so important. World Microbiome Day is so important, because there's little things that you can do that can just start the healing process of the gut. Okay? You don't have to have my knowledge. You don't have to be in our groups. You don't have to be on a gut health program. Okay? You don't have to be doing all of those things. If that's not where you're at, then you don't have to be doing that. This is about us meeting you where you're at and gently guiding you to where you need to go. Look, Ian started with some really simple things. And look, you know how much I love Ian. I love him to death, I really, really do. But when it came to health, when we first met, look, he had no idea. So I had to take him,
It's true. I had literally no idea.
I had to slow his eating down, really? Do you really want your sexy new partner, talking about, you got to slow your eating down, darling, if you want to.
It was a steep learning curve, I can tell you.
It was. First thing, just slow your eating down. Okay, chew your food. Make sure that your food, when it's going down, is like water, so that you start to drink your food. Things like that are so important. What else is important? Just eating dinner in a nice, relaxed environment as well. That is so important, eating your food in a relaxed environment. When I met Ian, he would have a glass of water on the table. Oh my goodness. It was almost like a deal breaker.
But that's how that's how you're brought up.
It is.
You literally are brought up to, you have your food and then you swill it down with some liquid.
It's almost...
But that's
I know,
how it is for most people.
It is for most people, but it is so far removed from good health principles that, it's really scary what our parents teach us. And, I was taught the same. No, I wasn't taught the water thing at the table, but I was taught similar things as well that just are not conducive to health. But do not drink and eat at the same time. It is the worst thing that you can do for your digestion. Anyway, all of these little hints and tips, things that everybody can do, they are in our LTLA group. Just please let us know if you want to be added in there, because really that's where you can just learn without participating. You don't have to participate in groups. You can just scroll. You can just see what resonates with you and you can just scroll through it and pick up some great tips. But look, some really good tips on how you know if your gut isn't working right. Okay, first and foremost, your immunity. If you're suffering with your immunity and you're struggling with your immunity, you keep coming down with colds and flus or viruses, then your gut is not functioning right and you've got to get it right. Like I said, it's the first line of defense. And when any practitioner is treating you for your immune system, you need to make sure you're on something that protects the gut. Now, it's World Microbiome Day. Yes, there is specific products that we can guide you to. And yes, there is a sale on at the moment, 20% off our amazing Access Tray Biotic. This is quite an incredible, I don't know whether you can see, quite an incredible product for the gut. Now, this is 3 products in one, which is really good because really I've only ever seen this in the practitioner realm and it costs a whole lot of money. So Access Tray Biotic is 3 products in one, so it acts as a probiotic as well as a postbiotic. So if you're not really there yet where you're thinking, okay, I'm going to make major changes, then certainly just getting on a product that is going to start to address the gut immunity, the gut-brain connection, the gut-lung connection, all of the things around the gut is really quite You know, it's a smart thing to do. The other thing that a lot of people don't realise, and I've seen your energy come up certainly in the last, you know, I reckon 4 or 5 years since I've met you, is energy and fatigue. It is one of the first things that you'll get a practitioner who specialises in the gut will look at. If somebody presents with low fatigue or low energy or, you know, just lethargy, you know, just not having that zest for life, there is such strong evidence now to show the relationship between the gut and the energy metabolism cycle in the body. I'm not going to go into full details there. If you do, if you're one of those people that do need the science behind it, please let me know. I can point you in the right direction. But for most part, if you've got low energy, please make sure that you do think about what's happening with your gut. Okay, so if you've got bloating and wind and distension, you know, the bad bloating, or you've got some problems with the bowels if you're constipated, or you've got some diarrhea, or maybe IBS, or it's more serious than that, then absolutely, you've got gut health issues. Okay, you've got gut health issues and they need to be addressed. And absolutely, I'm just seeing people, can we share? Yeah, would love you to share. It's really important that we share this information with everybody. And World Microbiome Day gives us the reason to share. Yeah. So the other thing, look, we've already talked about digestive health. That was on my list to talk to you about. But, you know, obviously, if you've got digestive problems, like Ian did, he had gut related issues, you've got to treat the gut.
But it goes beyond that as well, and anyone who knows kind of my story, it's a lot more serious than that, because I was on a path that I didn't actually know was so detrimental, and it took that wake up call to realise that, and then I was hugely fortunate that you came into my life, and but the amazing thing, and if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't simply have believed it. Just by doing what I did, which is so simple, it literally reversed everything. So it's like that. It doesn't have to be that way.
No, it doesn't.
And the way of changing it is so simple. And it changes you forever.
It does.
Because, you know, again, if anyone who's heard my story knows, I had the joke about if having no willpower was an Olympic sport, I'd be in the final every time. And I used to work with a guy that it was that, you know, if you were at the pub, it was one more, I'll go on then. That was me, and it does change things. So it's much more than just those little things. It's significant, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Yeah.
And, you know, Hippocrates said it, all disease stems in the gut. So don't be fooled. Your gut symptoms are setting you on a path in life. You know, it's something that we've known for a long, long time. It starts in the gut. Disease starts in the gut. So don't be fooled that we've just got some symptoms. A lot of men do that. A lot of women do that. We ignore. You know, we ignore these little symptoms.
Yeah, you just put it down to I think I said before, oh, I'm just getting old. That's how it is. You just accept it as how it is.
Everybody else has these symptoms too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you think that, well, that's how it is. It's the norm.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
It's not the norm. It's not the norm. Good energy, good mental well-being. You know, going to the toilet regularly, not burping after meals. That is the norm. Not having hormonal issues, not having period issues, period pain, heavy bleed. Oh my goodness, the list goes on.
And it's whenever you do presentations and you talk about the dashboard of the car, and if you're driving along your car and that red light comes up saying, well, whatever it is, you're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
So all those little symptoms, it's such a good way of describing it. That's the warning signs that if you don't do something about them, will lead to something much more serious.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, everybody that ends up listening to this, you know, you would attend to your car quicker than you would attend to your body's warning signals. And that's the crazy thing. We always attend to those warning signals on our dashboard, don't we? Yeah. If you've got a red or a blue or a green or whatever flashing light on your dashboard, it's like panic. Oh my God, my car, it will die. It won't take me to where I want to go. Well, guess what, guys? You know what? Your body is like that. Your symptoms are like that. If they show a red light, your body's not going to take you where you need it to go. And that's a long, healthy, vibrant life so you can spend it with your grandkids. So you can spend it, you know, traveling in your retirement once our borders open again. So you can, you know, you can do the things that you were put on the earth to do. That's the key. Your body is your transport system. Don't ignore it.
I think a lot of people, that analogy with a car, it's almost like, I'm just thinking back to when I was much younger and had a car and I couldn't afford to really look after it. And when the red light would come on, I'd just get a bit of black tape and put it over it so I didn't see the red light. And if it started making that clunking noise, I just turned the radio up so I couldn't hear it. But it's that same thing. You just ignore them. If I ignore it, it'll go away. And of course it doesn't.
But it doesn't. Cars break down just like our human body. That's an amazing screen.
Wow.
Now, it's very trippy. I've got a new laptop and it's just doing something crazy over there. So, food cravings, that's another one. Megan, you did a brilliant, I think it was in our LTLA group, talking about food cravings. You know, certain microbes that get out of balance in your gut will cause you to have cravings. There's a huge science there behind that one. But if you are suffering from cravings, chocolate cravings, bread cravings, you've got to look at, okay, what's my gut doing? Now, we all know weight gain, okay? There are lots of reports now coming through on the link between certain microbes. There was a Danish study that was done on overweight people having different microbes than lean people. So we cannot rule out that the gut has an impact on our weight. So if you're struggling with your weight and you've done everything to the book and you just don't know how to just take it to that next level, to really start to fire up the metabolism, please look at the gut. And that's why we have a gut repair component to our weight loss program, as well as our collagen loading program and our, obviously, the gut repair program.
Underpins everything, really.
It underpins absolutely everything. Sleep. Let's just talk one more minute because I know we've only got about 3 minutes to go. Sleep. If you are struggling with your sleep, please address your gut. How's that? Okay, a lot of people don't realise that. Gut health is linked to sleep problems. Sleep problems are linked to gut health. It is a full circle that goes with gut health and insomnia. So if you are struggling with your sleep, that's going to just lower what we call your vital forces. It's going to really lower your immunity, lower your inner resilience, right? Which is going to make you more susceptible to problems. So we know that lack of sleep, can lead to some serious health issues, not to mention mental health issues. However, what we don't know is which comes first, the chicken or the egg. Is it gut health that causes the sleep issues that then cause the ill health path that people go on? Or is it the sleep issues that get people on that ill health path, and that's where the gut starts to play up even more? It doesn't matter. Think of it all the same. If you've got insomnia, if you've got sleep issues, you need to be addressing your gut health issues. Okay, everybody knows that, even when they go on a program, a good gut repair program, their sleep usually increases, their sleep usually gets better. So I was going to go into a few other things, but I suppose really what we wanted to come in and what I wanted to bring my translator in today for was just to say, please, World Microbiome Day, share this video. It's just, for all of our trained mentors, you're out there, you're spreading the word, which is so, so important about getting people on a health path in life. But look, if you're watching this, you don't know where to start when it comes to your gut, you experience some gut health problems, then certainly if you are thinking just a one-stop shop for a product, then this may be the way to go. There is 20% off to celebrate World Microbiome Day. However, if you're not ready to think about just taking something internally, please let us get you into our LTLA community group, and there's some really great stuff in there that you can just sit back and just watch and scroll and just be in one of those really informative researched groups. We're all in groups that, by most part, they're great. Groups are great. You just want to make sure you're in the right group that has the right information. So many people say that they know information about gut repair and gut health and all of that, but, unfortunately not everybody has well-researched material that goes into those groups. So
and that's one of the downsides of, when I said before that you were passionate and knowledgeable about this before it became topical. But what happens when anything becomes topical and popular, people see it as an opportunity just to make money. So they'll, on the surface, make lots of promises and attempt to deliver results, but just be careful that what you're investing in is real and it's of worth. It's like probiotics. You can buy probiotics. I think you can buy them in service stations now. just be careful about spending money on stuff that you buy in the supermarket, or just a lot of people are out pushing a lot of things that claim an awful lot and maybe don't deliver.
Yeah, so get into our LTLA community group. It is a great researched group with lots of really good information. And I am not driven by money, never have been, never will be. I've tried for a period in my life, but that isn't what does it for me. I'm driven by helping people. And look, if for those of you that are driven by money and you want to make a bit of a saving but you don't know where to start, probably this is a really good place to start. And once again, 20% off that today. So this is going to go into all different spaces. So please just reach out to your contact person and they can give you a discount code if you've never ordered with us before, which is really quite cool if you want to save some money. Anyway, happy World Microbiome Day.
Yeah.
Happy Gut Health Day.
Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought it? Who would have thought that us nerds kind of, started to become a little bit more sexy?
Trendy, absolutely.
Trendy.
But to close, fix your gut, it will change your life.
Oh, that's a nice little catchphrase.
Just thought of that.
Fix your gut, change your life.
Yeah,
Fix your gut, fix your life.
There you go.
All right, guys, take care. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments or just reach out privately and we can answer. Have a great Sunday. Bye.
See you all.